Hey, what's going on, guys? It's me, Master Silverhammer. I'm back today with another YouTube video, and today we're back on Stratego.com playing another ranked game against Guest 309820. I've never played this person before. He's won 490 games, and he has a 53% win rate. Highest rank 24, so he's been up there, close to Diamond even. I think it's more of a numbers game with this particular opponent. I'm not quite sure how close we are to rank 23. I'm going to go ahead and call this, yeah. Swap is good for me in that scenario since he's already burned 2 scouts on that particular piece, or 1 scout on that particular piece. I didn't think it would be a major, like scout major just didn't really make sense, but it could have been, and that would have been kind of rough. I'm going to attempt, as time goes on, to start to try to slowly explain what my thought process is in these videos, especially on this site where I have a little bit more feasibility and flexibility with, you know, the opponents that I'm playing off against, because they are slightly weaker to a degree, and I'm not really quite sure what his goal is right over here. So let's go ahead and scout this. We do have a captain here in the center, and he's kind of doing a shuffle game, which is really interesting. We do have the major here just in case. We're gonna go ahead and hit up. And that is a lieutenant. So we will snag a lieutenant. And it probably will be taken by a major of some sorts. Or a colonel. I'll go ahead and trade that off now. Simply because I could have pressed further. It's most likely going to be a bomb. You got to think. When he doesn't take with one of these pieces, what could these pieces even possibly be? I think this type of player would probably have taken that captain with anything, so I'm going to go ahead and assume that this lieutenant can even kill this piece here. And if it can't, oh well. Even sacrificing the lieutenant to find like a general here wouldn't be the worst thing ever. And now that he's fully 2-squared, he's not going to be able to move back, and I can now capture this piece with 100% certainty. So we'll go ahead and see what's going on here. And that is a scout. Not the best piece I could have grabbed, but it's fine. We do have the colonel, which, again, very strange that he did not pick up the captain from earlier. But now we know a colonel. So if we look at the graveyard, we both have 2 captains off the board, a lieutenant off the board. I have 2 more scouts than he does, and I know a big piece. So in Stratego, it's so important that you make sure you trade your pieces for either information or more pieces. You never just want to lose a piece outright for free. Against this particular opponent, I'm going to do a very interesting move here. So I think what I'm going to try, I'm going to leave the center alone for a little bit, like I'm confused on what to do about this. And I'm just going to slide this scout over. It looks like I'm having some Wi-Fi issues today, which is not ideal. We're going to go ahead and scout this, and that is a bomb, actually. Okay. So this particular opponent might have this side bombed off. Fortunately for me, I do have a miner here, and I am going to go ahead and break through here and just see what we can find. Usually a captain on a bombed off side does pretty decent work. Keep in mind, he did find... I don't think he's found this bomb yet, so there's really no reason to panic on what's happening over here. We're just going to let him see what he does. If he hits my major, he hits my major. We're ready to go with this captain and miner over here. And now that I've let the middle kind of sit for a second, and again, I'm just kind of saying my thought process. I'm not necessarily saying that what I'm doing is good. I'm going to go for a little bit of a bluff here, and that is a miner. So that was a good read by him. I swear he did not know that bomb, but good for him. That's pretty good miner for him. I don't think he knew that bomb, and he keeps attacking on this side for some reason. So we're just going to kind of bring up these pieces. And if this is a marshal and he takes my major, it's not the absolute end of the world. And now this piece is coming up. I feel like this is more likely to be a scouting piece. So I'm going to back that off, and we're going to go back to our plan of attacking on this side of the board now. Sometimes it's good to kind of mix it up a lot and just keep attacking on different sides of the boards. Yeah, I expected a sergeant, and honestly, I do expect this to be a bomb a lot of the time. That's fine. He can scout my major. And now we're going to pick up a sergeant. Again, I expect this to be a bomb a decent percentage of the time. but it might not be. And we are going to go ahead and capture this piece because it is very unlikely to be a bomb. If it just so happens to be a bomb, I'm going to count that as unlucky. Okay, another sergeant. So we got 2 sergeants now for the 1 bomb. And I think at this point, I'm going to leave the captain there because it seems kind of weird about what he's doing. So I think what I need to do now is I'm going to access the scouting piece and see what he's trying to do on this center. Now, he does know my my major, so you need to constantly be thinking about what your opponent's trying to do. Now that he's pushed up with this, you could go 50-50 on this. I'm going to go ahead and hit here with the major. It might be the wrong play, but we're going to find information either way. And it is the general. Okay, so that is a little unfortunate. And that's going to be kind of a bad deal for me. Let's go ahead and hit here with this piece now. And that is a colonel. So I didn't want to just trap my 7 for free, as we say. We do know both colonels and the general now, though, which is good for me. Both colonels and the general. Let's not forget those pieces, please. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to retreat this general. And again, colonel 9. We're going to move that there. And we're going to start to bring this other piece up. Now, this major is effectively trapped anyways, so if this has to pretty much be exactly his marshal. And if it is, then we're going to have free reign anyways. Okay. So I'm going to move over on this general. And he's going to immediately move this piece. Okay. So this tells me that that is exactly the spy right there. So we have colonel, probably the marshal, and the spy here. He's going to hit. He's going to find a bomb with that lieutenant. So we get our lieutenant back, which is nice. Glad it wasn't a minor. That would have been a little awkward. I'm going to press on this piece. And we're not going to get captured for free by the 8. He's going to bring this piece down now. Okay, so I'm trying to think here. So I think that if I take this piece, you know, it's not likely to be the marshal based on how he's played it. What I kind of want to do is have a that's the piece that I don't know. Okay, that's... Okay, so he's coming in with a minor right now, which is really fucking annoying. Oh. No, he's not. Okay, now I have no idea what he's doing. We're going to move this piece over here. This is still the colonel. Okay, so we're just going to take that. Okay, so that was the marshal. Okay. I was like, what is happening? Okay, so we're down to 2 majors, which is a little scary. But again, we have colonel, general, marshal. And he's going to go ahead and lotto a piece, which is very, very dumb. But it's gonna work out for him, because that is not my that is not a bomb. We're gonna go ahead and hit this piece here. And it's gonna be a sergeant. Not the absolute best piece I could pick up there. He's going to go ahead and fall for my bait, trading colonels. And then we're going to go ahead and snipe his spy. Boom! Whoopsie daisies. That was my spy. Or that's my scout. So now we've got his spy. So, and we know his marshal's here. So now we can come in and scoop up this colonel. What we really need to be focused on now is finding another target while he rushes his marshal back for my marshal, so that way we can get some more value. And again, we have colonel, marshal here. And I think we're going to just go ahead and hit this piece. We got a captain. Captain is good. We're just going to move up with this colonel very swiftly. And what the goal is going to be is to... Because he's going to be forced to move this because he's not sure what's going on. Perfect. That's exactly what I wanted him to do. And now we're going to get to pick up this captain for free. So we've exchanged a colonel for a captain. He's going to be salty about that. He's going to move his 8 back over. We do need to get a... we really need to pick up a major. I don't know where his majors are. I would say based on the way he's playing the game, his bombs are probably over here, most likely. I really don't want to waste a sergeant on this. I think I'm going to hit this with a sergeant. Okay. We'll let him trade off if he wants to. Okay. So we're going to exchange colonels. Again, we are still down the 2 majors, which is not good. We are going to have to cash in our marshal for a major at some point at least. He's going to go ahead and move that piece. We got a marshal and a colonel here. Let's not forget. Let's go ahead and hit this piece. Okay, that's going to be a bomb. So 2 bombs for sure. Most likely 3. Let's go ahead and hit this. Okay, that's very unfortunate. So he did the old double layer bomb technique. Leads me to believe that he most likely has... And we've given up the advantage there. So this is most likely probably a 7 potentially, which is very interesting. I'm going to go ahead and say with pretty much 100% certainty at this point that this is a bomb. So what I really want to know is if is this a bomb? Fuck me. I literally was trying to avoid that, but luckily I get it just in time to save myself from that situation. We need to go ahead and prevent that from happening again. He might move his 10 out of the way. But the thing is, he could still think that this is just my marshal or something. So I'm not too worried about it. Let's go ahead and see what this is. It is another bomb. Wow. Okay, so this is very interesting. So that's at least 4 bombs. I'm going to go ahead and say that this is 5. And I'm going to confirm by bringing up a minor, I think. Okay, we're just going to move. He's not going to be able to get past that easy. Okay. So the problem is his setup is going to be very prone to lotto. 1, 2, 3, 4, probably 5 bombs. I mean, there's not many bombs left. Another scout off the board for my opponent. That's very ideal for me. I'm going to go ahead and hit this one piece here. So I'm very curious to see, and this could very well be a piece coming down now. Okay, I'm trying to see how I want to play this. Because I don't really want to give up my marshal for free. I'm trying to think if I'm supposed to just let him take it. That'd be down to the lieutenant at that point. If I move the marshal over like that, he might just take it, which would be crazy. Let's just see what he does with it when I do that. It's kind of what I figured he would do, just nothing. Perfect. Move that back. Move back. If he moves back again, I'll just leave it this time. If he takes it, it's a little unfortunate. I don't think he will, though, because, again, he thinks this is probably just a trash piece, and he's going to lose his marshal for nothing. Okay, sorry. Okay, so this is a bomb. So this is probably going to be a sergeant, which is a little unfortunate. It's not. Very strange. Could be the last bomb. Is this the last bomb? Oh my god, it is. Okay, so we know all of his bombs. This is very, very weird. I don't understand his setup now at all. Really. I think this is a scout. Let's just move back, I guess. He did a good job there. Okay, honestly, all I really need to do is figure out how I get Let's just move this up and see what he does. Okay. A little unfortunate. That's fine. I need to just figure out how to get my marshal back here and sweep this back row. That's all I need to be able to do. That's literally all I need to do. Actually, another thing I can do is just move this colonel over here. Let's move that. Probably gonna come in with this now. Yeah, okay. He's gonna take that with a 7, yep. Problem is, none of this matters so long as I can get this colonel back to where I need it to be. Let's move that in. He can move his marshal down. Yeah, I'm gonna move that over. Okay. Okay, he can take that. That's fine. Let's bring this. He's going to go ahead and take that with the piece because he's going to waste a move doing that. Minor, perfect. Okay, so he's making a clerical mistake, and I'm going to let him swap. Yeah, so he's wasting all... So here's the problem. He's wasting all of his time. The problem is, dude, I know all your bombs. I know every bomb. So now I can just come in and sweep your back rank here. And now he's realizing it's a mistake. And I'm just going to get the flag. I think. Yeah, it doesn't matter what this is. I can take it. And I'm just going to sweep the back rank. Picking up a captain there. It should be on this back rank. If it's not, it's a little unlucky. Picking up a lieutenant there now. Minor there. Wow, dude. And there's the flag. And that's why you must always defend your flag and not use all 6 bombs over there like that. What was that? So I didn't care about my setup. Guys, in Stratego, the most important lesson you can learn is you always have to defend your flag. I figured out his 6 bombs. I just moved my piece up and captured the flag because I knew it couldn't be surrounded by bombs. He was so confident in his attack. And don't get me wrong, he was completely crushing me on the offense. He was up 2 majors. You know, he outsmarted me with the spy, but I just remembered what the objective of the game was, which is to capture the flag, and I went and did so. Should have brought his colonel back to defend way earlier. And, yeah. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And, yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.